Greetings, everyone. My name is Prabir. Before we, go into the details of the UI, let's have a look at the backend CLI. A few of the options those are available. So this is our lab system running on version. I'll let you see the operating system version. So it's Red Hat Enterprise Linux Server Release 7.9. And if I go to the partition layout, these are the partitions that has been created. Root crypt, and then user share CO3 and Verilog. Of course, boot is there. So this is the customized partition that has been created for the software installation. So this installation has been done using a .run file downloaded from IBM Fix Central. If you are using .ova file to directly import that OVA file into an ESX server, then you don't have to manually create these informations or partitions. It will be created automatically. Now, moving ahead, regarding the SSL certificate, so this is the command that you can use. Cert rec is the certificate request, and then if I just go ahead and then give a enter, it complains about not having enough permission to read certain files to complete the command. So I'll have to use the sudo. Hence, you probably need a sudo users on the platform to run most of the command. So it asks me for, fully qualified domain name of this host. So I'll type so.example.com. Next, we need to type in the SAN subject alternative names. So this could be an alias for the original fully qualified domain name. Like I'll give an IP address here of my lab machine, so that during the SSL handshake, or if you're trying to integrate any of the third-party applications for the SOAR platform, then you can either use the host name soar.example.com, or you can also use the IP address 192.168.0.1 for the integration to work, and it will not complain about, host name or the IP address that you are using in the integration are mismatch. So that kind of problem you will not face. Company name, type in your company name. Oops, I just missed him. That's okay. So enter your organizational unit. I'll say security. And then I'll just say any name. It has to be relevant to for which you are creating the certificate. So let's say image in, and that's about it. It will take a couple of seconds, and then it will give you the certificate request. See this? This is also known as CSR, certificate signing request, that we generate, right? And it gets stored into the following location. So in case if you happen, you can copy paste this information and send it to your CA, certificate authority, or if you happen to lose this screen for some reason, then don't worry. This information gets stored at this particular location in sortref.pam. So if you can log in again, you can go to that file using this command, OpenSSL request text in, followed by the full path of the file name. And then I'll give it a no out so that we don't see most of the digest there. Enter. Again, so it complains about the permission. So we will use the sudo, and we see all the details, right? So these are the informations that we provided during the certificate generation or certificate signing, right, generation. And the SAN that I was talking about, so I took the so.example.com as the DNS, and then the IP address is mentioned IP address. So during the handshake of any integration handshake, right, any you're trying to do some integration with any of the app, you can use this host name, or you can use this IP address. Both will work fine. All right. let's move on to user creations. So most of the commands, you'll be using this util called resutil. Okay. The resutil also needs, also requires sudo permission to work. So if I go with a help and then pipe grep new user, or say, let's say new user, because, okay, all right. So this is the new user command line. So if you happen to, if you don't know what to use, because the help output is pretty huge. Sorry about that. So don't pipe it. So the help output is pretty huge, if you can see. So this is the amount of, it's a huge amount of information in there that you can do using the sutil. So it's wise to, pipe it through, and then if you happen to know a term, like if I don't remember the new user is the user to create, then I can just do grep user, and then probably I'll get the information about, this new user, command line utility to create a new user in organizations. And the informations that you're seeing the star alongside the switches, this parameters, alias or file, right? So the star marks signifies that these are the require or mandatory parameters. So without this option, so let's say, for example, SAML verify will not be completed without you specifying the alias or file name, right? So it's like that. So once the initial user is created, you'll be able to log into the UI. Okay, so let's move on to the UI. Or if I can let you see history, grep that was create org or create org. This one. If you see, this was the command that was used to create the initial user. Sudo res util new user. Create org specifies if an organization doesn't exist, where you specify organization using the org flag. If the org bootcamp does not exist, just go ahead and create it. If you don't specify create org, then it assumes that the org already exists. All right. Then the email of the account and the first name and last name. So the organizations that you'd like to create will be specified with the -org. All right, that's about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to the UI. Hope you can see the screen. Once you log into the SOAR platform, so this on top left will be the product name, which is IBM Security QRadar SOAR, and it will be linked to the host name of the platform that you have assigned. In this case, soar.example.com. You can see the bottom left corner. It's very small. Maybe you're not able to see it. So that will be linked to the https:// the host name of the platform, right? So this you can use this get hyperlinked and you can use it to jump quickly to the home landing page. Okay. Now, alongside this activity dashboard is the landing page. So if you go to the home directory, you'll be landing in the activity dashboard. And newsfeed is probably, newsfeed is the live feeds of the activity that is going on the platform. So it covers everything for the platform. Like what kind of feeds are available if you're wondering. So just click on this, okay? And then you can see these are the activities, assignment, attachments, edit nodes, a lot more. So this is a clean slate. It's been created recently for the bootcamp only. So you are seeing a very less number of information here. If it is a real environment, right, you'll see almost the feeds going on live, scrolling, right? So in that vast amount of feeds, if you want to see any specific type of information, Let's say you just want to see attachments, what kind of attachments are going on in the platform. You can just come in here and then click attachments. And then there is no attachment feed on this platform per se right now, but in a real environment, you'll be able to see this. So if I can see creation to deletion, right? See this one, master admin created this incident, phishing attack, malware drop with a date and timestamp. This is the timestamp, date and time, right? So I'm able to see that information with the filtering. And then modification, what are the kind of modification that has been going on in the platform? If you want to see that, you can do using like this. So all shows everything. You just need some help on the documentation or resources. You don't have to actually, if you have access to SOAR platform, you don't have to look for the documentation elsewhere. The link has been given on the platform itself. So this, see this need help, the documentation, if you click it, it opens up in the platform itself. Okay. And then this informations have been hyperlinked to the official site of the IBM documentation. Okay. So if you click on this, it will take you to the official IBM documentation site. Time being, I'm not going to click it, but it's available there for your reference. Okay. It also gives you API tools. API tools are native to the platform. So it's been available. I mean, the API reference is available on the platform itself. It doesn't redirect anywhere. So REST API reference, if I'm going to click here, it's going to open up soar.example.com docs and then REST API and then index. So this is the information regarding all of the, APIs that are available on the platform for you to use. And there is an interactive REST API. So if you want to try out any of the REST API and then you don't need any separate client to install or reach out to the SOAR platform, it's been given on the platform. It's available on the platform itself. Interactive REST API, if you click it, then it will give you the interactive REST API like this. And then this get, post, put, delete, you can try it here on the platform itself. Okay. Now, let's move on to, this particular session we have designed for you to know what informations are available where on the UI. And then going forward, we'll deep dive into those informations later in upcoming sessions. So right now, I'm going to visit each of the area of the UI so that you get familiar what information lies where and what's the purpose. Dashboard. Dashboards contains three items. One is activity dashboard that we are currently seeing, which is the live feeds. Analytics dashboard. If you click on it, it gives you metrics, what is going on in the on the platform. So we have a dedicated session for this analytics dashboard, which is the last session of the bootcamp. We'll deep dive into this. And then we have my tasks. Okay, so my tasks is this is where you can see all of the tasks assigned to you. And what is tasks? So whenever any incident is created, right? So this incident I have created, this is a sample incident. If you click on this, this is an incident type of malware. You see this incident type malware, okay? Now the tasks, all the tasks are listed here in different phases. So an incident, this will deep dive into in the next session, upcoming session, which is the incident management. We'll see bit by bit nitty-gritty of this, all these details of phases, tasks, what it does, and how to do it. So incident goes to each of the phases like engage, detect, analyze, and then respond, and so many that based on the it can be based on the standard practices, best community practices, or if you can have any custom SOPs for your organizations, that can be done as well. So these are the tasks. So it generates basically the SOAR platform, QRadar SOAR platform generates a remediation plan for the incident, which consists of different tasks and uh, within the phases, different phases and tasks. So these are the tasks. So these tasks often generated or often, once it comes to an incident like phishing attack, malware drop. So you'll have different analysts, right? So let's say you are the manager of a SOC, and then your job is to, assign incidents to different analysts based on the skills. So probably you are the best guy, who knows who which analyst is skilled in which area and who can solve what kind of incident, right? So in that situation, this is a malware incident. So probably you will assign this malware to a single individual, or if it is too much for the individual, then you can assign it to a group of people who can handle malware type of incidents, right? And those uh, assignment can be done from here. All right. So let's say detect phase, disconnect or isolate malware infected system, right? So who can do this job? I'll say, I have the access, and then, I can get the job done, or I'll assign to myself. So master admin, for example. So what it does is that it gives you an information or not changed on one tasks. If you go to my tasks, now my task listed that disconnect or isolate malware infected has been assigned to me with no due date. Of course, you're going to set a due date if you want to get the task completed within a certain span of time, right? So that's the purpose. This is just for the test, so I'm not filling up that due date. So this information's once assigned, this is the master admin which has been currently logged in. Hence, it is showing all the tasks assigned to owner master admin, right? So if you assign tasks to any of the users, so if that user logs into the platform, they will be able to see their respective tasks. That's the use of my tasks, right? How many tasks I have at my hand and what needs to be done from my side. Going to next, inbox. Inbox is add a connection to create cases from email. So this inbox is basically a dedicated inbox, which you can configure to create an incident out of an email, right? So QRadar SOAR is capable of, having its own dedicated inbox, email inbox, to create an incident. So any email that comes to the inbox, QRadar SOAR can create an incident out of it. Let's say um, for incident types which cannot be, uh, created against automation or something, integration. Let's say you have SIM integration, you have um, ticketing integration, right? So those informations, any offenses, QRadar SIM, any offenses that gets created based on the settings or automations that you have created on the SIM platform, it can get automatically escalated and QRadar SOAR can generate an incident respectively, right? But what about let's take an example of for in the organizations, you just lost your mobile. Okay, you just lost your mobile. This is not something any integration can help you out unless you yourself report it to the lost and found department, or right, or any other similar department in your organizations, right? So this is not something any integration can detect that, okay, somebody, Prabir has lost his mobile and then I need to generate some remediation plan for him, right? That's not possible. So in that scenario, what we can do is that I am supposed to be aware of the, organizational policy. So if I am a corporate employee, if I lost my mobile, which has been given to me by the company, in case I lost my mobile or laptop, what am I supposed to do? That's my responsibility to know, right? So I know that, if I lost my mobile or laptop, then I'm supposed to send an email to the lost and found, department, so that they can take respective action. So I write an email to the lost and found, and then, they probably send it to this dedicated inbox of the SOAR platform, incident management platform, response platform, right? So once that email reaches to this inbox, SOAR will parse that email, try intelligently, try to see what kind of incident this is, and based on that, it can generate an action plan for you to remediate. Okay, that will see in detail in the upcoming session. We have discovered the inbound email configuration in upcoming session. Artifacts. So these artifacts are, values, or there are different type of artifacts like DNS name, email attachment name. These are the informations that you get open or during the investigation of an incident. Let's say you're investigating a malware incident. You came across, few of the findings, like, this is an email body, or this is an email sender. This might be related to this particular malware drop, suspected email addresses. Those kind of informations that can be recorded as an artifact during the investigation of an incident, that you can attach email sender. So type is email sender, then the value you're going to type in an email address, and then summary why you are attaching this artifact to the incident, right? If you want to create this tag, um, you can create a tag. Also, if you want to look at threat scan, I mean, if that email is relevant to any of the bad threat actors or something that can be, that can be caught by some of the threat intelligence feeds, so that threat scan can also be done. And then related incident, if across, let's say you have thousands of incidents, right? Thousands of incidents lying in your SOAR platform, QRadar SOAR platform. So if that artifact is also listed somewhere else, and then bind those incidents in a single view, so that I can see, okay, this artifact is related to this many incidents. So those informations, we'll see that information in upcoming, details, upcoming sessions. So this is like that, the artifacts, so that you can make use of that. Artifacts will cover in much more details in upcoming sessions. So next, I'm going to move on to the incident. So this incident page is basically for you to see all the incident. It's like an offenses page in the QRadar SIM, right? So what kind of alerts or offenses generated in QRadar SIM? So for that, if you want to see, you need to go into QRadar and then click on offenses. Similarly, what kind of incidents are available on the SOAR platform? So you need to go to the incident tab, so that you can see all of the incident on the platform, right? These are various fields available, the incident ID, incident name, and a couple of filters there, right? So you can see this status active. So currently I'm seeing all the incidents which are active. But if you want to see, right now I'm not seeing any closed incident. So if you would like to see any of the closed incident, so you just have to remove the filter. So if you see, there is a cross button at the top right of the filter, just click it, and then it will remove the filter, and then dynamically the page will refresh and give you the show you the closed incident as well. So if you want to add the filters again, so there is a filter tab here, just click on it, and then you would be able to see these filters: status, active, or closed. I just want to see the closed incidents. I don't have any closed incident as of now, so my result set as 0. And then you can also remove the incidents or filters like this. So just keep active. Okay. So like that. So you might be wondering, this is very few, filter that is available right now, but that's not it actually. So edit filters, you can just click on edit filters, and you have a huge number of filters here. So by default, all are not visible, but based on your requirement, you can make it visible. All right, so that's about filters in incident tab. If you want to clear all of the filters, right? So there is a clear filters button up here. You can use that. Also, if you happen to use the QRadar SIM platform, right? So whenever you want to do a searches, let's say if you're doing an investigation and you want to look at certain kind of, events for QRadar SIM, then, or any of the same platform, then you might spend around, let's say, a couple of minutes to figure out the filters, and then applying different filters to get the desired result set to be displayed on the screen, right? So similar fashion, to see if you want to see a kind of incidents that you're looking for, maybe based on patterns, maybe based on filters, you might spend a couple of minutes or seconds to see that view. Okay, once you do that, what you can do, we have presets available, which is like a saved search. Okay, so you can just click it save as and then give it a name, preset name, and then that preset can be created, will be created on the platform for you to view. Let's say active incidents. This is the active incidents presets that I have created earlier. Okay, so if you click on active incidents, it says save before continuing. Of course, I'll discard it, no problem. So active incidents. So this is my active incident. This is my custom view that I have saved, right? So that can be done. Also, if you want to manage the presets, right? So this is the presets view. All open incidents is a default one that cannot be edited or deleted, but any presets that you have created is visible there and is editable, and you can delete it as well. Okay. Next, the create incident tab. Create incident tab is there to create incidents like this one. I'm going to visit this in the upcoming session, so I'm not going to go into much details in here. Okay. Also, create incidents can be done from the incident tab on the create incident. Now there is a magnifier icon, right? So this is the search icon. So if you want to search across the platform, all the types of objects are available there: incident, tasks, artifacts, nodes, attachments. If you want to search all, you can create all, which is by default selected all. If you want to click search just incidents, you can just click on incidents and then type the word that you're interested in, or all is also fine, right? So I'm just type, let's say I want to search malware or incident. I'm just looking for an incident where the word is malware. So see here, phishing attack malware drop. So this is an open state. The tag specifies or signifies that the incident is still in open state. And the incident type is malware. It also gives you the incident ID and the owner name. It's pretty useful. Um, click on it and you'll directly jump into the incident details. Okay. Next, the notification icon. So if you have used the same platform, QRadar same platform, so the notification is pretty much similar, but the notifications can also be customized in a much more granular way. So if any of the notification, any of the activities that are being performed by any of the specific user, admin can generate an notification. So that will also cover. So I'm not going to go much details into the notification right now. Well, that is covered in upcoming sessions. So next is Playbook. This is where you do all the automations, right? So right now, if you see, there is no playbooks, but um, if you do the customizations, and then there is a incident types. So there's by default, there is a resolution plan given for you for this many type of incident types as there already. But based on the integration, the playbooks will help you to integrate most of your the security solutions that is lying around the organizations, that you can make use of it to respond to threats or incidents, right? So that will do. Right now, it's a clean slate, no playbooks. Enabled is how many enabled, disabled is 0, drafts is 0. So we'll go into much details about there is a dedicated session for playbooks. Right now, we need to know which option is there and what we can do with it, right? So administrator settings, we have dedicated two session to administrator to get familiar ourselves with the administrator settings in great detail. So users, groups, roles, workspaces, all these informations we'll visit in detail in the administrator settings, right? Organizations, I'll let you see this general thing. An organization tab, there is a details, and then this bootcamp, right? So if you remember this org that you have created, org bootcamp. So this organizations that you give with org thing, it comes in here, organization name. Okay, and gives an ID 201 is the organization name. And the address 2, you can also fill in all these details. And if you want to edit the org, this is the command that you need to use, sutil edit org. Okay. Settings, this settings session timeout. This is the one I'll visit. Rest will visit in upcoming sessions in the dedicated administrator settings. Session timeout is the timeout in minutes before a session times out and requires a new login, right? So this is the timeout, the window timeout. So if you leave it for sometimes, let's say 80 minutes onwards, then this is a customized one. By default is 20. That's what it says. Default is 20 minutes. I have customized it to 80. So if you change it, then you can change it, and so let's say make it 60. Save. This timeout value saved successfully, right? So if I don't do anything on the platform or the UI for 1 hour, it will ask me to re-log in again. Okay. Then if we go to customization settings, this new incident wizard. Customization settings also we cover in great details in the upcoming sessions, but I'll let you see a few of the informations. New incident wizard is what we're talking about, the incidents that you create an incident, right? So if you create an incident, discard draft, and then this information you see step 1, step 2, step 3, all this one. So these steps, 6 steps that can be customized into this using this layouts, new incident wizard, describe the incident, date and time, all these informations are customizable. Okay. So you can edit it, delete it, and based on the requirements that your organization needs, whether you want to go through a 6-step process to create an incident, or whether you want to go a 1-step process to create an incident, that's up to you. It can greatly be customized. Again, if we go to incident tabs, right? If you go to incident tabs, you see these tabs: task, detail, breach, artifacts, email. And then what if you need another tab with some data tables, let's say. If you want to, you got an incident and then that incident contains an email. But with that email, you need to know which is this person, which organization he or she belongs to, right? Who is the manager? So those informations that you want to see in a different tab. So you can create a different tab and do some, automations or integrations with your Active Directory, organization's Active Directory, or any user repository that you have to pull in those informations once the email comes into the platform. Your automations or playbook triggers goes into the user repository, get all those informations and give you the information in a nice data table. So once you click on that data table, okay, okay, this is the employee, this department, this manager, and everything is there in a single tab. Then that can be done using the incident tab and then add tab. We'll see that in upcoming session, how to do that. Okay. Rules and workflows are basically, earlier we used to create rules and workflows to create a playbook, which was known as dynamic playbooks. Right now, if you click on the rules and workflows, you see this kind of banner. So it says create playbooks with playbook designer. Okay. So playbook designer, which is this one, it gives you a single canvas. So you don't have to do some to and fro here and there to rule space, workflow space to create the automation or playbook. So playbook gives you a single canvas where you can do everything. Okay, starting right from creating from tasks or anything that is required to create a playbook will be on a single canvas available. Okay, but again, if you ask me why rules and workflows are still there, of course it is there. I mean, if you meant to do some very complex automation that cannot be catered by playbooks as of now, if you are seeing that, if you have reached to that point, then you might want to look at the rules and workflows, which are very, very, very advancedly customized. That can be done. So using rules and custom workflows, that we'll see I mean, we can cover those we'll cover those in details in the playbooks session. Why, what situation you can use that. Scripts also, these are customizations, functions. We'll cover this in, app host and applications. What are the functions? Destination also. Phases and tasks that I was talking about was basically the engage in different tasks that comes into under the phases. That can also be customized, I was saying, based on your organization SOP that can be modified. Incident types also is there. You can add incident type, how we can make a hierarchy of incident. Let's say you have malware, you want two different type of remediation for two different type of malware. How you can do that, that will also see. Breach and then artifact types. So if you want to create a customized artifact type, that can also be done in here. Okay. Apart from that, there is my settings. A couple of my settings is there. I mean, you can do some changes towards your profile notification. You can choose change password as well. Okay, so this is where you change your password for the platform. And you can see about. So about will let you see the version of the platform. So currently you're using version 50. Okay. So this is mostly about the UI platform. And then if you are wondering, I have left few of the options that I have done it deliberately because that will be covered mostly in the upcoming session. So that's about it. Thank you. That would be all for this session.